Hello and welcome to the Video Game Book Club. I'm Savvy.
And I'm Elise.
And we picked another comic. Désolé, everybody. But I was in the Fallout mood, and there's like no Fallout books, really, which is quite the shame, I would say. There should be. But there isn't. But there is a comic that came out in the special edition, collector's edition of Fallout New Vegas, which is hot right now.
2010.
The TV show.
The second season, which got pushed back to the end of November, right?
December, I think. It's in December.
It was supposed to be in November, and then it's December now?
Yeah. And because that's New Vegas themed, there's so much New Vegas stuff out right now. Too much, I think.
I feel like New Vegas is also because you see the Republic, like the California Republic, or...
Well, the California Republic has been around since the first-ish game, so... They're not special, okay?
But that's in a lot of merch.
Yeah, especially now. So to keep up with the Joneses, we're reading All Roads, which is the Fallout New Vegas comic that it was re-released because it used to just be special edition, and the comics would go for like $80 to $100-something on eBay. But then they digitally re-released it, like Dark Horse did for a little bit.
Well, then we found it on Internet Archive, and if you follow us on Goodreads, I put the link in there.
Mm-hmm. Because it's hard to find, it's kind of expensive, and it's too short. It's too short for you to be paying $80 for this, okay?
It's like altogether, it says it's 47 pages, but not really, because I'm on the 4th page, and that's like the introduction of the script and the artists.
It takes place a week before the events of Fallout New Vegas, and it follows Benny and Benny and the Cons as they go. Benny and the Cons as they go kick your ass. Because you're the courier, and as you know, in the beginning of Fallout New Vegas, you get shot in the head by Benny, and he steals your platinum chip. So this is him on his way to go do that.
Yeah, so Fallout New Vegas has a special place in our hearts because it was one of the first games that we played together.
You had a student.
I had a student who was super into it, and so she let me borrow it, and then she gifted it to me.
Have it. Yeah. And then she also wrote us out a guide, like handwritten guide on how to play this game that I have. And then she also drew fan art of our character because we played Bubbles, together. Yeah. So we made a character named Bubbles, and she drew our 2 favorite companions, which were Eddie and Boone.
And now the game, we got Boone, the voice actor, to sign it.
Edie. Yeah, that's right.
So still have it. PlayStation 3.
That's why it's special. It was a very nice experience to have somebody care so much about Fallout New Vegas that they were like, you have to play this, and then to draw out the like how to play stuff. It was nice. It was cute.
And then I taught English. I did creative writing, and all of her creative writing was about her New Vegas character that she created.
What was her New Vegas character called?
That was like 15 years ago.
Okay.
So shout out to Kira, though. I still remember your name. Thank you for the experience in the game. Mm-hmm. This is out of all of the Vegas games. Out of all of the Fallout games, is your favorite New Vegas?
That's a toughie. It used to be, I would say. I think I have after playing through all of them. I think my favorite is now 1, the very, very first one. Okay. The very first one is so solid and so good, but New Vegas is special in itself. Is that your favorite?
Well, considering that I could never finish 4 because I can't get out of the warehouse. Every time I try to leave this warehouse, the game crashes. And I'm not willing to restart it again for like the 3rd time. But
why'd you restart it the other 2 times?
Well, the first time I got to the point where you had to decide a faction, and I was like, no, I've worked hard for all of these factions. I'm not choosing one.
But
so
that's
I just stopped.
You have to pick a faction in New Vegas.
It's like I'm not going to choose the Legion.
Yeah, but then you have the NCR, or you have Yes Man for an independent Vegas, or you have House, or...
Yeah, I feel like that was an easier choice than...
Is it? We picked
4.
poorly. Everybody picks Yes Man because they all want to rule Vegas, and then you don't rule Vegas, and just Yes Man rules Vegas. And it really gets you because you're like, oh, I got conned.
I did try to play New Vegas a second time and choose the Legion, but I got not
the
very
fact
far.
that the second time you played that game, you picked the Legion,
and I was like,
is insane. Why did you go the NCR route or something?
I don't know.
I'm on my third playthrough, so we've done Yes Man. Mm-hmm. Then I did NCR like 4 years ago, and now I'm doing, because everyone's like, "Ooh, House is so good," and I've always killed his ass. So to me, it's weird to follow House, and I'm doing that, and I will never do the Legion because I don't think
I didn't get very far with Legion, and I was like, why am I doing this? I hate this.
I don't know if I can.
Caesar. Which they do talk about the Legion. So there is a panel in here where they talk about the different factions in New Vegas, and I thought that was done very well, and I think that was very informative, especially
because this is like an intro comic to people who are about to play the game because they got it in their collector's edition. Which I think is a really great intro comic because it's literally like right before the events.
Well, it's been so long since I played it too, and I asked on Fable, I was like, "Are we the courier?"
Yeah, that's because
they keep talking about the courier, and then it like abruptly ends.
That you asked that question,
and I was like, it's us, right?
Girl, you need to replay New Vegas.
It's been so long since I played
Especially if we were gonna watch
the show. I don't have a PlayStation 3 anymore. I think I gave it to you.
Oh, I can just give it back to you. You have the copy still? Yeah, you do.
The game?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's signed.
Yeah. So yeah, you can just take back the PS3.
I can just buy it on PlayStation Network too.
Oh yeah, or you could do that.
I'm sure it's free at some point. They're bringing back the Stray game again for the PlayStation, not to go off track here.
What's Stray?
The cat one?
Oh, the cat one.
Yeah, they're bringing that back for December, November, or something like that.
In case you missed it the first time, I guess.
Which is, you had PlayStation Network, you brought it, we logged in here to play it. So
I like Stray.
I didn't get very far.
But Stray is not Fallout New Vegas, which we were talking about.
But everything comes around, even Fallout New Vegas.
Are there cats in Fallout New Vegas?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't remember there being cats.
I don't either. I don't think so.
They didn't make it.
Well, it's like because we're also playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, and there's cats freaking everywhere, but you can also get them for your house. But that's just all Ubisoft games have cats in them.
They have a weird thing about cats.
Well, it's like Naughty Dog is all about the like dog culture and stuff like that, but Ubisoft is all cats.
Okay, so we're gonna spoil this comic. You can read it online for free if you want to.
Archive.org.
You can also pay $80 on eBay if you really want to have it physically. I'm surprised they haven't re-released it again, to be honest, especially now with the New Vegas crazies going on right now.
Well, the show is not the same timeline as the game, right?
It's after 4. So this would be they're going to New Vegas in the show like 10-ish years after the events of New Vegas. So not too long.
So hopefully there's a lot of good Easter eggs. Maybe I should play it again before the show.
You should play it again before the show starts. Maybe you could do a house route with me, or you could pick NCR.
Yeah. Because I'm not doing Legion.
I don't know why you
I don't know why I didn't either, because I think you meet Legion so soon at the beginning of the game that I was like, oh, maybe I'll do this one, and I'm like, I hate this.
Insane. Yeah.
I want to be a bad guy.
Why?
I said I don't want to be a bad guy.
So okay, yeah, we're gonna spoil this comic.
Do you want to give your shout out to the scriptwriter?
It's written by Chris Alamone. It's Avalone, and he is the writer for Fallout 2 and Fallout New Vegas, and he does a bunch of other stuff, and that's all we need to talk about him. He does also apparently they tried to do 2 different art styles.
They look the same,
which is crazy because they look the same. I was on the wiki and they were like, yeah, because it switches between Benny and the cons. And so there's supposed to be different art styles between the Benny panels and the con panels, and I didn't notice that. And so when we looked back at the comic, I was like, they're too similar. I can kind of see it be different, and there are different artists.
Yeah, I think
for those panels.
But the colorist is the same for all of them. But the coloring is really what makes a difference.
They picked very similar artists for both of them.
Benny's panelist is Jean Diaz, and the ink is by Bellardino Bravo. This is really small print. And then the cons is Wellington Alves. Wellington, what a cool name.
Wellington?
And then
like the beef?
Which I think was named after like a Lord
guy.
Wellington. Yeah. The ink is by Nelson Pereira. And the colors is Michael
Ailith?
Yeah.
And then Michael Hessler is the letter. Can you hear me? I'm kind of all the way down here. We're reading it on our laptop, and
it's so small. And then, I mean, I guess I can't zoom in.
Here, wait, I'm on the freaking wiki page. Why am I even...
Colors is Michael Attier, and lettering is Michael Hessler. The cover art is Jeff, but it's Jeof.
Joff? Darrow? Michael Hessler isn't even on the wiki. Rude.
He did all the lettering.
Terrible. Rude.
This is a Bethesda and Obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
And a first edition came out in September of 2010.
Yeah, and then the collector's edition, and then the digital edition came out November 16th, 2011. Just a year later. And I'm petitioning Dark Horse to do it again.
And then I guess I can't read the back because like I normally do, but there's a thing at the beginning where you have the is he slaying a dragon?
That's a head and a death claw.
Oh, okay. It's kind of faded. It's supposed to look like an old manual.
Mm-hmm.
Your Pip boy. You want to go back to the old ways. There's the door. Go on, see the world. Outside Vegas, all is glory. The year is 2281. In the aftermath of the nuclear war, humanity has struggled to survive. In the Mojave Wasteland, great tribes have again taken on the trappings of civilization, building communities, towns, and even cities. But their more brutal instincts aren't so easily left behind. You and I both had the same feedback. If you're going to re-release this, here's your feedback.
Here's your feedback.
They go between Benny and I forgot who the guy's name is. We'll find out here as I turn the page. Chance.
Chance is your main con.
He's like a Fabio character.
He's so handsome, but he sucks.
Yeah, he's a bit crazy. But they go between them a couple times before both storylines converge. But I really feel like it should have been just Benny at the beginning, and then when you see him again, you're like, "Oh, that guy. That's the guy."
Mm.
So that was my feedback. It's not a bad comic.
It's not a bad comic.
Also, if you don't, it was obviously a preview for the game, so you don't really know what's going on. We start in a room with a guy with a cigarette, almost like the smoking man in Mass Effect. It kind of reminded me of a little bit.
Fair enough.
And he's just looking at New Vegas. It also reminds me, what was that Stephen King novel about like Creed in Vegas?
Why are you asking me? Like, I would know.
That's what it reminds me of. But he's like looking out the window, the neon lights in the city. It says Dice, and there's the two ladies that are like on the mud flaps.
No, he laments that Vegas is his kind of town.
Was there any dialogue in there? Is it that teeny tiny thing right there?
It says my kind of town.
My kind of town. In the smallest print. And he's got a shiny lighter, which will become important later on.
Yeah. So now we switch to the cons at Red Rock Canyon. We're talking about Chance now. He leans against a painted rock. He's passed out after doing a bunch of drugs and alcohol, like the freaking cons do. Not to...
It says, like, never forget...
Do stereotypes, but...
There's, like, an eyeball. There's, like, a lady in a bikini. Honestly, he looks dead because there's a fly on his face. And so this other guy in a mohawk.
His name is Jessup, and he's from the game. Because you do run into him in the game when you're trying to find Benny.
He comes up and he's like, "You're gonna come back to us, Chance." That's how I think that he talks.
Okay, fair enough.
Kind of like that. He's got a handlebar mustache, and so he goes to like shoot him. It looks like
he's like, "Are you coming back, Chance?" I guess Chance doesn't say anything, and then he points a gun at him.
Yeah, because he looks dead. He's got a fly on his face. So
and he's like, "You are coming back to Bitter Springs." I mean, to forget Bitter Springs. Sorry, Bitter Springs already happened. That's the event where the NCR attacks the cons and like kills a bunch of them. You know how it is.
Yeah. So the New California Republic is one of it's like trying to reestablish the government.
Yeah.
And then there's all these other tribes like the Khans and the Legion that are fighting for the same like area and resources.
I mean, the NCR was a tribe at the beginning. Yeah. They were Shady Sands for a long time, and then they made their own thing.
And then it zooms out, and you see the like rock that he's standing on. It says it's got a bunch of like crosses, like a cemetery, and it says "Forever and Death." So never forget.
Bitter Springs was a rough time for everybody. It happened somewhat recently, I guess, by now, and so suddenly Chance leaps up. He grabs Jessup's gun hand. Jessup is like, "We have a job. I'm glad you're alive. Yeah. Good to see you around, buddy." Now we go back to Benny.
He's in a room fixing to go somewhere, boss.
That's Swank. As you know from the game, his right-hand man, Swank. That's a great name.
Swank.
That's funny. I love that, because back then mobsters is so silly. And, like, imagine getting killed by some dumbass named Sharky from Murder Inc., like the Bugsy Corporation. Mm-hmm. And that's just how life was for like 10 years or something back in the day. Stuff is goofy. That's some Toontown ass shit, and that was real. Swank wonders where he's going. Benny asks if Swank has a problem, though his right-hand man only expresses a dislike of Benny putting out his cigarettes on the floor. They leave a trail you can smell from a mile away.
I mean, the place is like, it's like all of Fallout stuff. It's kind of used nasty. To look good, but it's stained and falling apart. The wallpaper's peeling. We find out that there was a singer, and silly me to assume it was a woman. Because it's like word on the strip is because they don't say the gender for a while, but they took too much psycho and they killed himself. Mm-hmm. But I think we find out that Benny killed him, right?
Yeah. They're trying to get a new act. The singer, somebody pulls out a vial laced with psycho from the pocket. Swank says that word on the strip is the singer died of an overdose. Yeah, so I guess Benny might have killed them.
Yeah, because he says he brought the vial back just like you said. And
this is why when you play the game, the Tops is looking for a new singer. Woo! And that's when you can get the mysterious stranger's son to go. Do you remember that?
No, it's been so long.
To go play at the Tops.
So everyone liked this kid, but and Benny says, well, if he kept clean, he'd still be singing. So I think it's like his thing was laced with some bad drugs.
Swank was like, why don't you just kill him straight up? Why'd you have to do it like that? And Benny's like, if you want to go back to the old days, then you're free to leave, Swank.
Yeah, go on, see the world outside Vegas and all its glory.
And Swank's like, oh, sorry, boss. I only meant that a direct kill would have been honest, since the singer didn't know that there was psycho in the vial. Benny smiles and tells him the only thing in the vial is that... whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, the only thing in that vial is Vegas. Because, like, Vegas just eats people up. Back to the cons. This is where they're having their little get-together. They're in a circle drawing in the dirt.
Yeah, planning their route.
And he's like, everything...
They're doing a job.
Everything east of the river belongs to Caesar. It's Legion's territory. Everything west... Now that's New California Republic land, or what they can hold on to.
So they're doing a job, but they're not doing it as the guy McMurphy says. They're not doing it for the NCR, or they're not like raiding, or they're not killing NCR troops. And then both Jessup and Chance show up. Chance pulls out a knife and proceeds to draw a much more detailed map over McMurphy's map. And then McMurphy's like, Chance, you forgot something. And then he plunges the knife deep into the dirt and twists, creating a gaping hole under which he writes, Vegas. A voice behind him claims that this wasn't his experience of Vegas. With Benny's arrival, the cons journey south to Red Rock Canyon.
Yeah, because that map's pretty cool.
He did a good job.
Yeah, I like that map.
That actually looks like our map in the game. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
It's just a bunch of the lines that he drew with the draw that he drew with the with the different names of the different, like there's the Hoover Dam, there's Boulder City.
But Chance, you dum-dum, you forgot. Vegas is right here.
Yeah.
And then Benny shows up, so that's who they're doing the job for, basically.
And now our storylines have, he says, you're late.
Wonder how he got that psycho to kill that singer. Wow, it all comes together. As night falls, the group makes camp as the cons observe Benny. McMurphy, who's like main con, big con, that guy.
Yeah, so the thing is that there's a courier that has something that Benny wants. And
that's us.
They're like, so are we killing him? Like, has he done you wrong? Like, why are you after this guy
or girl?
Guys and gender neutral. What was the name of the Mohawk guy again?
Jessup.
Yeah, he's like, I know who you are. You got plenty of boys for the job, but yet here you are talking to us. The cons don't kill for Vegas. Caps, not like this. Tell him, McMurphy, it ain't the con way. McMurphy's like, we already.
Yeah, Benny's like, I don't care about the courier as much as what they're carrying is what I care about. Jessup's like, that chip sounds valuable, but Benny's like, it's only valuable to me. So don't take it. Yeah. Jessup goes on to ask if the courier will be accompanied by any bodyguards, and they're like, no, this is a covert mission. Jessup is like, can the courier just like give us the package, you think, maybe? And Benny says that it'd be better if they killed the courier so to not leave any loose ends. Jessup angrily tells Benny that he knows. Yeah, you already said that.
Yeah. And McMurphy's like, oh, that works for me, because like Benny says he'll pull the trigger, and they're like, all right, works for us. And then Benny lights his cigarette with his lighter.
Yeah, Chance is staring at him,
and Chance has a PTSD flashback where Benny is like engulfed in flames, and you see behind him in the flames is like a battle going on. And Chance is just like, I feel like he's on drugs already.
Well, yeah, he's having withdrawals.
Yeah.
Right now.
Sweaty.
So he's having an issue. And like Benny goes up to Jessup and is like, is this guy gonna be a problem?
He says, the hell is his problem?
Yeah.
You're a lighter. One of a kind. He likes fires.
And they're like, no, he can carry his own. But Benny's definitely like, I don't know. This guy seems weird.
Yeah. Oh, he says that Chance was at Bitter Springs when the NCR hit. Still sees it sometimes. Can't let go. And then Benny's like, yeah, I've known junkies who can't seem to stay clean.
The next day, they go south. Jessup asks McMurphy, the other guy, he's like, did you see Benny's lighter? I think I'm going to take it.
It's a funny picture, too, because Benny's in a full suit in the desert, walking like nothing's the matter with him.
He's from a tribe. Maybe he's used to it.
And everyone else is like in these vests, like jackets with no sleeves, showing off all their abs. Just like they're just chatting and walking.
Yeah, Jessup wants to steal the lighter. McMurphy's like, don't do that. New Vegas will come on our ass. We don't need that. Reminding him that the city already absorbed 3 tribes and turned them into families, which is Benny's was one of them. He was like, oh, Benny's a tribal too. McMurphy points out that Benny is the one setting the pace. He's getting ahead of him. Benny notices Chance is shadowing him, and he briefly tries to make a conversation with him.
I guess Chance hasn't spoken since
Bitter Springs.
And I had to go back to the beginning, to the first scene. I was like, I thought they spoke, but I guess not.
No.
I guess he was just physically intimidating.
Their one-sided conversation is cut short when they stumble on a charred corpse not far from a small burning tribal village. Benny quickly determines that the man died when somebody set him on fire. Wow. And what?
But it definitely looks like not like a person, because they think it's ghouls.
Yeah, that looks weird.
But they said it's like a
McMurphy notices a painted skull on the ground that concludes that the village has been ravaged by fiends, which is a raider group of absolutely awful raiders. This is actually a tribal village that you can see in game. If you go the wrong way, like, so you start at Good Springs, right? And normally you're supposed to go past the like powder ganger situation and down that way. But you can go this other way, and it's full of cazadors, so it's hard to go that way.
I think I died.
Because like,
never mind, wrong way.
Victor will come and be like, "Are you sure you want to go that way, partner? Like, I worry for your life." And so if you go that way, You can always loop back around when you're more powerful later, but there is a burned village that's going to have a little bit of spoiler later that I'll talk about. That's the tribal village that has all the burned bodies. So that's kind of fun.
So fiends are running hard on Kim's. Bad news. You got those junkies.
As the sun sets, the group plans on what to do next. They agree it's best to avoid the fiends, even though the cons normally trade with them since the fiends are clearly high on Kim's. McMurphy suggests circling back a few miles, but is denied by Benny, who doesn't want to miss the courier. Jessup bitterly laments that the NCR is supposed to protect the Mojave from attacks like this, but McMurphy reminds him of Bitter Springs and is certain that the NCR's help is the last thing that the cons need. It is then that Jessup notices, where's Chance?
Where the hell is Chance?
Where'd her guy go?
Not paying attention the whole time. And it's because he went to go look at the fire and is having flashbacks and decides to go Rambo on all of these. Are they fiends or are they Legion? Because they're wearing those like weird
Those are
outfits.
fiends. Those are fiends.
Yeah. And so yeah, the next panel is just him watching, and then he goes and he attacks one, and then of course they're like, oh crap, now what? So the cons are gonna go because Benny's like, oh, there's your friend, and of course he's like, oh shit.
McMurphy and Jessup want to help Chance, but Benny's like, don't do it. Benny wants to leave Chance behind and make a clean getaway. Jessup protests, but McMurphy is like, yeah, that makes sense. Well, I'm siding with Benny here. Jessup decides to help Chance anyway, prompting McMurphy and the rest of the cons, and even Benny, to join in. Just as Chance is about to be overwhelmed, the rest of the cons and Benny join in. Despite killing a large number of fiends, the group is surrounded, which is crazy because there's not that much fiends, and almost overwhelmed. Chance himself is stabbed and pinned to the ground, but manages to fight off his attacker.
Yeah, it's like through his bicep.
Just then, a flamer-wielding fiend shows up, which I think is actually... No, that's not one of the main fiends.
So it's when he gets stabbed in the arm and the in the like actual between the bicep muscle, he is like filleting this guy's jaw.
Intense.
So there's some like super fight scenes, and then you just see this guy like laughing with a flamethrower. And then, of course, he's starting to light everyone on fire.
Chance and the group of fiends he was fighting engulfed in flames. Despite his injuries, Chance leaps towards the assailant and is able to bend the flamethrower nozzle towards the fiend, resulting in the raiders burn the flesh off his own skull. They win the battle, but Chance is badly burned and near death.
Benny's like, feel better now? He has his hands out like...
Is this what you wanted?
Come on, guys. You got my suit dirty.
Ugh. McMurphy and Jessup consider giving Chance some of the drugs they looted from the fiends to make him live a little bit longer, and Benny's like, no! As Chance lost his cool, even though he was sober, so there's no telling how he'll behave on Kim's. Benny's got a good point about that, actually. Benny instead tells the cons to put Chance down, but reconsiders when they give him a threatening look. Barely conscious, Chance remembers the Bitter Springs Massacre because that's all he thinks about, and how he was unable to prevent it. Benny approaches the injured con and offers him a cigarette, though Chance doesn't respond. Benny goes and tells Chance a story about how the chairman used to be a tribe not dissimilar to the cons, and now there was a singer that entertained them around the campfire. And he was. What? Was he a singer? Is that what it
He's
says?
like, let me tell you a story. So I run this casino, the top's greatest view, can see all Vegas. So he's telling the story of the singer that just died.
Yeah. Oh.
Because he is going to give the vial thingy.
Yeah, okay.
So we had acts coming and going, but there was this one, the singer. The singer used to run with us back in our gang road, the Mojave, like Yukons. And so it's kind of like, because he kept thinking back about the old days, and that's the whole Benny thing about, like, you gotta look forward.
That's true. That's why Benny wanted to take out House, was mainly because, like, House is kind of stuck in the old days, obviously, and he's like, we gotta teach you a lesson, old man. It's about the future.
So he's like, the thing is, the singer came with us too, and he didn't see Vegas the way I did. Kept singing the old songs from when we were riding the Mojave. Kept talking about how we should hit the road again. And so this is all in black and white because it's like a flashback for him. And then you see a hand with a bottle on the ground, and it says, "So he did in his own way." And then we go back to present time with Benny, and he's lighting a cigarette, and he's talking to him. And then he leaves he pulls out the vial
of Psycho. So the singer couldn't cope with the old days being over, so he did a lot of drugs. So Benny was like, "This guy sucks. He's a liability. I don't like him. Die."
Yeah, he's like, "We're moving forward, kid.
See? Ring a ding ding, baby. Understand? The cat's pajamas."
So Chance does end up opening his eyes because he's been like sleeping this whole time.
He's glassy as hell, dude.
And then Benny just puts the vial next to him and walks away. And then
Benny hopes that Chance can pull through and the job's done, but yeah, so he can kill himself if he wants to let go. Chance does take it though.
Yeah, and then it's like you see the vial, and then it's tipped over and opened and spilt, and then the panel on the bottom is black. So it's like you're seeing through Chance's eyes.
So yeah, they find him dead the next morning.
He's like cold. He's like gray.
Ugh. McMurphy and Jessup are saddened by the passing of their friend. They decide to bury Chance. Benny protests, but decides to allow it when the cons are like, glare at him. Benny tells him to catch up when they're done.
Yeah, because he's like, "Fine, bury him. I'm going ahead. You catch up.
Build a second grave for this courier. I will be back." They arrive at the Good Spring Cemetery and prepare to ambush the courier, and that is the end of the comic. So at that tribal site that I was telling you is in the game by the Cazadors, there is, if you go up a hill, a grave that says Chance. And Chance. When you grave rob it,
you get a vial of Psycho?
You get a knife. You get his knife.
Oh.
You get Chance's knife. It's actually pretty good. But what's crazy is there's this urban legend about the game, and I swear to God this happened to me, where when you dig through his grave and steal his knife, a ghost of Chance will show up and like attack you, but he's a ghost, so then he'll just like go disappear. And I swear I heard that in a video once, and I was like, crazy. And then I played the game 4 years ago when I was doing the NCR route, and it happened to me, and I was like, oh my God, it's real. The ghost of Chance came and like kind of attacked me, but it was a ghost, so it disappeared.
Yeah.
I did it recently. Nothing happened.
Oh.
Nothing happened. And then I Googled it. And I was like,
"Are you in the Mandela?
Is this a thing?" Nothing online about it.
Mandela.
Nothing online about it. When I talked to my husband, I was like, "Do you remember this like Fallout urban legend in New Vegas?" He's like, "Yeah, actually. I think I saw a video about that." And I was like, "It happened to me. It happened to me. I swear. I got attacked by Chance's ghost because I stole his knife."
Well, now I'm definitely gonna have to play the game again to just see.
Although I'm playing a really heavily modded copy now because like it's my third playthrough. It's time for mods, baby. So there's a chance that it's in like the vanilla game and my modded copy just got rid of Chance's ghost or something. But that's let me know if you've experienced that down below. If you think you're crazy, you're not. It's real.
Or have seen the video because then you're like you even looked again and the video's
the video's gone. Like it's a ghost. Chance's ghost took it down.
All in the same delusion. He was like, copyright
infringement. Oh my God. So that's my fun Chance story. You can go visit the thing, and it's cool. I like when we read these books and there is stuff in the game that's about it.
I'm kind of excited for the series to see because they did a good job with Easter eggs in the first season. Because you can definitely tell that.
Can I be a deputy downer because I don't think this season's going to be very good?
Yeah, well, we're going in with low expectations, but I hope that there are the Easter eggs for the people who've played the game because there was quite a few season 1.
I know it's going to be really hard, but I really hope they don't like canonize a particular career route. I hope they don't talk about the courier and what they did.
Because Matthew
Perry?
Yeah, whose voice was he?
Benny.
So
Benny's dead, or you can actually save Benny in the game, so Benny could be alive.
Maybe they'll do a little like Matthew Perry.
R.I. Perry.
Yeah. Because they did that in Horizon Zero Dawn when Roderick died, or the actor's name. There's a grave that you go to. That's his. Maybe when they do the Fallout New Vegas 2 or the Fallout New Vegas remaster. I feel like they're only going to do that
if the TV show does really well.
Well, the first season was really
so
good.
much New Vegas stuff out right now that there's no way that they're not going to do that at some point or something.
And then you're going to the New Vegas event, right?
Yes, I'm going to
second year in a row.
It's now called just the Fallout event, so it's no longer just New Vegas. Fourth year. This is my second year going. This is the fourth year in a row that's happening. So, yep.
All right, what are we reading next month?
We're getting back into Halo. We have Halo Point of Light by Kelly Gay, who, this is actually a sequel to her other book, but I picked it because Guilty Spark is my favorite character, and I saw it at Barnes & Noble, and your girl had to get it.
And the only experience that I have very little experience with Halo, we're also going to jump into the Halo cookbook, too.
Yep.
Because we have a cookbook book club now.
We sure do.
That's also on Fable. So you can see some of our pictures on there and find out if it's any good. Because the Five Nights at Freddy ones was awful.
Yeah.
But we just did the Fallout one, too.
Yeah, we just did the Fallout one.
That was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And it's the same person who did the Fallout one that does the Halo one. So we'll see. I know you're like, Halo has food in it? Has restaurants. So kind of.
Yeah, I thought it just had like vending machines, but
there is a vending machine section of the cookbook.
Go check it out.
All right, we will see you next time for some Halo.